Hello friends and welcome back. So in the last video we saw the solution of problem A, and in this video we are going to see the solution of problem B of odd forces round 639. Okay, I think that you guys can see this. Okay, yeah. So first of all I will explain you the problem statement, and after that we will move on to the approach, and as usual we will then move on to the solution. So first of all it says that in, like, when we were young, uh, uh, we used to play the houses made of cards, we place these cards and then we place another cards over them, and then the another. So actually we used to make like this, remembering, like this, remembering, like this. Okay, so we used to place these our cards like this. So actually it is stated that for height h equal to 1 means this. Okay, I guess that it is visible, and I should better place dark. Let me, okay, so let me change this color with the red pen. So yeah, it is visible now. So here h is equals to 1. Okay, so h is equal to 1, so the number of cards which are used are 2. Height h into 2. Okay, now if I had to make for height equal to 2, so what will happen? I will make like this, something like this. So here, as you can see, uh, this thing is here, this, the only thing added is this thing 1 and this. So it is basically the height. So what we have the answer from here, it is basically, I'm not explaining the problem statement now, I'm moving you through the approach also with the statement. So as I had this, so it is here h into 2, and basically this, okay, 1 is added here. 1 is basically what? 1, which is h into 2 minus 1. It is added here plus this, which is the h into 2 is from here, means the value which was from the last, it was here. Okay, not because the h has changed now, plus new h into 2. Understanding? Now if I had h is equals to 3, then understand what will happen. So what will happen is that I will have like this, I will have like this, I will have like this, I will have like this. So as you can see from the last, this whole, this is repeating. Okay, then I added 2 here. Okay, so what I added is that, first of all I added 1, now I added 2. So you can also write like here, I added 1 here initially, and after that I will have this whole value here, plus I will add 2, plus I will add h into 2. So with this help I will know how many playing cards are used to make a height up to h. Okay, now what the problem state is that we are stated n, means the total number of cards available to us, and what we have to do is that, we have to make as many as these complete pyramids. We have to make these pyramids, and what we have to do is that, suppose if I have basically, like, suppose these number of, suppose cards are 2, here required are 7, here required are 15. So basically if I had basically 18 cards, so first of all I will make this pyramid. Okay, after that I will remain with 3 cards. So what I will do, I will make I am only able to make the h equal to 1. Okay, so in total what I will have is 2, one this and one this. So basically I need to find out this number, how many number of pyramids I can make from these n cards. So as you can see, the basic approach here, it is very simple, that I will basically first of all see that okay, it is fine here. If h equal to 1, here the number of required are 2, here the number of if h equal to, here number of required are 7, if h equal to 3. So as you know that n it is basically less than n h power 9. Okay, so what I will do, I will find this whole sequence up to the number where n is less than equal to this. So when I find it out, then I, before moving to the test cases, I pre-computed the answer, and I mean the whole this which I explained. As see, it is very basic, that first of all you will have h into 2, means suppose if you run a loop from I equal to 1 to any number, suppose 1000, 1 lakh. Okay, so basically I remembered I run it up to 1 lakh basically. Yes, I run it up to 1 lakh so that I could get the values. Basically I showed it in this, and I checked that up to what n it is printing. So you can basically brute force for some specific values and check up to what maximum value it is going. So actually I run the loop and then I pre-computed this. How I pre-computed, I took the value I equal to 1 and then added, suppose 1 added, and after that I will add 2, I will add 3, up to the, like I will go on, and I will add the next height, which is next I into 2 into it. So from the last value plus these two numbers I will add. Now what I need to do is that I will have my array like this: 2, 7, 15, and 26, 40, up to so on. Now I will be having a number, suppose I will be having a number 30. It is n basically. Now I need to print how many number of these pyramids are possible. So as you know that the list is sorted, and I need to search this number or a number smaller than this in this sorted list. So I will use binary search, or to say it more clearly, I will use my lower bound function. But actually what lower bound gives us is that it gives the element which is equal to or greater than the required element. But actually what I want is that equal to or less than the required element. So for that what I will do is that if my element is equal, then it is fine. Okay, the condition will be fine. Okay, but if it is not equal, so I will always opt for the previous element. But if it is still on the first one, so if it is, and still if it is not equal, then it will go to here, but actually it can't go to here, so I will break in that case. So understanding what I will do is that I will use lower bound and I will check, suppose for 30 it will be here, but actually it is not equal, so it should be here. So okay, it will be here. Now 26 will be subtracted from this, remaining will be 4, and in my answer I will add plus 1. Initially it is 0, I will add plus 1 now. So now it is 1, because now I can make one whole pyramid. Now I have 4, so it will search again for 4, so it will mark its iterator to here, but actually it is not equal, so it should move one step back. So it will make a pyramid with the number of required cards as 2. So I will subtract my 2 from this, I will get 2 here, remaining 2, and I will add plus 1 to my answer. Now okay, what are the number of required, what are the remaining cards? 2. it will search again. Now it will mark it here. Okay, it is 2. Now the remaining will be 0 and it will plus 1 again. So it will be 3. So understanding what I will do is that first of all I will make my this array as I showed you. How will I make it? After that what I will do, I will use lower bound function so as to obtain the nearest value, but actually it shades the value which is higher or equal to it, but actually I wanted lower or equal to it. So I will check if it is not equal, then I will move to the previous index, and if I move to the previous index and if it is you mean the starting one, then I will break my loop because actually I don't want the starting value. So I guess I made you explain the code. Now let's very quickly move to the solution. So as you can see here that I had my number of cases. As I told that I will pre-compute, so I had a vector, I pre-computed it. See, initially I put 0 because as I showed you that it might happen that when I do index -1, so it will mark to the first element, but actually I don't want it. So I put 0 for that. Then I push 2 as I showed you. Then I iterated the loop up to 1 lakh number of iterations, so as to get the value of n, which is nearly around 1 billion. So as I showed you that I had the last value and I minus 1 for 1 and 2 and 3 and up to so on, and I into 2, which is height into 2 as I showed you in the explanation, and then I push back the value. As you can see here, I just for the check I use this. Then I had my loop, while loop. I had my n. It is just to check, it's of no use here. Yeah. Then I had my sum. Okay. Then while n is higher than 0, okay, so I will run my loop. I will check my index, which is lower bound a of begin, a of end of n minus a of begin. So it will have my index of the value which is higher than or equal to the particular element n. If it is equal, then no problem, I will mark my sum plus plus, and I will subtract the value of n from that particular value, because basically as it is equal, so it will become 0 finally. But still, if it is not, then I will check if my index -1 is 0, so I will break. But if it is not 0, then I will mark my sum plus plus as usual, as I showed in the explanation, and then I will subtract the value of that particular element. And after that, at last I will print my sum answer, and then I will get my solution. So I guess that you guys understood the solution, and if yes, then please hit the like button, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's